Howdy, all of you delicious people. Today I'm here to do yet another episode of Movies. Director. Simulator. Movie. Director Simulator. At the end of the day, uh, pretty soon here, if people like movie talk, at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I think might I end up be calling a comic book casting couch, which honestly means there right now currently seems to be a lot of actors on the table to cast in a comic book movie. At the end of the day, what would be my choice to cast certain characters? And at the end of the day, a lot of people can put their suggestions in the comments below, especially if they know some person that's like, oh yeah, they should really cast so and so person. That'd be really interesting or whatever. Um, we could do an action film. Let's do an action film. Yeah, let's do the Jabba thing. Let's do that job. But yeah, so really, at the end of the day, I might be doing that fairly soon in the next probably couple days. I'm probably going to start getting some more ideas, pen to paper, um, showing, of course, in visual form. But at the end of the day, I don't remember what the shapes were. These green, pink. Green, pink. But yeah, getting that together. Yeah, it's gonna be fun for me. I love talking about movies, and why not actually legitimately be able to cast who you think will be best suited to be able to do XYZ films at the end of the day. Yeah, yeah. What shape were these? I think it was like purple, maybe. Ah, dang it, man. Pink, purple, pink, pink, purple, pink. All right. Try and concentrate on this one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like when like I'm like consistently like talking because I want to talk about things and like it's kind of hard to also do that and concentrate on what the what the task at hand is. But what is a contract? 12 plus action. Okay, 12 plus action. That sounds a little weird, but 12 plus action. All right. 12 plus 12 action. There we go. Action. Thumbnail purposes. Anyways. uh, we, without a doubt, have to usually do the whole thumbnail thing. So eventually, yeah. That's why I goofily paused there because usually I use certain visuals in the thumbnail because at the end of the day it's the easiest way to make a thumbnail with what certain visuals I have. But with all the money that I have, I might be doing some upgrades by now. Decorations. I want to get through that montage. 30% montage. What do people have been usually complaining about? Let me know. What have people usually been complaining about? Script quality. Uh, can I do some DVD sales or something like that? Maybe I might have to save my money to get some of these things knocked out. Get some prestige or something going on. All right. An ex soldier, an ex hired gun. I'd probably rather do a hired gun because soldiers like they did way too freaking many of those kinds of movies in like they did way too many of those in like the 80s. At the end of the day, I'd rather do like a hired gun because at the end of the day, like like anybody with the right circumstances could be a hired gun. You have like John Cusack that in the Point Blank movie was a hitman. So at the end of the day, almost anybody could quite possibly be a hitman. Probably, I think Nicolas Cage at one point was a hitman with the Bangkok Dangerous movie. Anyways, Kit. Kitten. Balls. Balls lick. Kins. Balls lickins. Kitten balls lickins. Kitten balls lickin'. Balls lickin'. It's French. It's French. Or no, wait, it's Swedish. Kittens balls lickin'. Kittens balls lickin'. Very Swedish. It's kittens balls lickin'. Well, balls licking. Kittens balls licking. It's very Swedish. Very Swedish. Okay. While they're writing the script, I'm going to insist on let's kind of do let's break up the monotony of some of these. Do something different for once. I'm not gonna get a lot of money, but at the end of the day, just kind of get some. Just kind of like get a refresher because most of these things are so freaking difficult to do. Kind of get a little fresh, get a little fresh. Get a little change in my days. Still get some money, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to do something that's rigorously hard, rigorously difficult. Upgrades. How do I get 10 prestige? This is the amount of prestige needed for an upgrade. You can earn it by buying houses and well, that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. 0 prestige. Why? Cinema income. God, why can't I get any of these good things? I want to get all the good things. Ugh. Video. Well, so many people complain about, like, the sound and stuff. So let's do this. Making people happy. Decorations. No, I don't have enough money for that. Don't have enough money for that. Lighting. I don't have enough money for that either. Yeah, no money, because I make so much money off of movies. Anyways, let's see what we can get for job today. No job. No job. Alright. Alright, I am 34. Today is my birthday. You accepted congratulations all day, but now you have to work. You have to work for it, man. Work for the honey. Purple, pink, green. Purple, pink, green. Purple, pink, green. Okay, so that's easy enough. Yeah, alright. Green, purple, purple. But yeah, supposedly I found out recently that the Justice League movies, yeah. I think the studio for the Justice League movies really did not have faith at all in the Justice League things, as well as everything else that they've ever put out. Because without a doubt, like man, green, pink, green. Yeah, they had for the Justice League film, they had shot that movie 3 different ways. So yeah, there was one director that they had one kind of story with, and like they didn't know if they wanted to put that out there, and then because Snyder was doing the movie, and then they cut the movie a certain way, and then Joss Whedon came, and like there was a whole bunch of like commingling in between the where there was a third story on top of these other two directors doing certain stories and whatever. Um, so yeah, it was just some Justice League madness. That's why that movie ended up just eventually turning out to just be just like very vanilla at the end of the day, because like the people that ultimately were like, yeah, DC movies were just like, I don't have any faith in these things, so it's just like, just do put this out there, and ended up just didn't turning out very well. The main protagonist named Kitten Balliklicken. Balliklick. Ballikins. As I quickly have already forgotten the name of the. Yeah, we're not going to do this script because it's already saying FBI, which I don't want to do. Kitten Ballikins has to begin a new civil life in which his job, you mean her job, becomes a security guard in a mall. Mall cop? Troubles come when a little crying girl runs into the mall during night shift. Because, yeah, all little girls break curfew and can get into the mall fairly easily, right? After a certain time at night. She tells that she has witnessed a killing of a very powerful political person. Yeah, because that happens every day late at night next to a mall, right? That just happens all the time. And she is now being hunted. Why would they go after a kid? No one ever believes a kid. They could have just washed it off as just like, yeah, whatever. She's probably gonna tell whoever. No one's ever gonna believe her. Cadence Bolslikin decides to help the girl in a fight against a group of hitmen using his extraordinary skills, which he gained during war. Which war exactly? Can't they just say during his stint in Hitman Biz, or during his stint in the military, or something along those lines? They don't have to say the W word. A life of poltergeistness. A life of a protagonist. Protagonist. God, I can't read, folks. I can't read. Life of a protagonist named Kitten Balslicken changes when some criminals steal his, you mean her, family member. What is somebody doing whipping out their member? Bandits put forward certain conditions by which several things need to be done. They ask for a ransom demand. Kittens Bolslicken agrees, but a crime gang finds her. She now needs not only to serve for the bandits, but also repay the debt for the moneylender who bought out the crime gang. This sounds so stupid. Kittens Bolslikin leaves the army and gets a job as a security guard at the casino in Las Vegas. What is this, Walking Tall? He dreams of gathering enough money to leave the town and begins a new and calm life. When almost nothing was separating him from his dream, Kittens Bolslikin gets into trouble with a head of the mafia whose son has trouble with sadism. Kittens Bolslikin begins a war against the crime lord, which ruins his plans of achieving his dream. Yeah, because anybody's just gonna go out of this way to find this guy that is in the trouble with the family and so on and so forth. Uh I think there is probably a way to work around this. Kitten Spolzlicken leaves the army, leaves the hitman hitman business, hitman business, and gets a job as a security guard of all things. Because once you leave the hitman business, why not just be a security guard where you probably still have to carry a gun at all times? Gets a job as a security guard at a casino in Las Vegas. Who would have thought? He dreams of gathering enough money to leave the town and begin a new calm life. So in other words, this guy is just consistently a person that is much more of a drifter. He just gets enough money. He's like the Incredible Hulk, where he would just get enough money just to go to the next town and the next town to save some people. At the end of the day, this seems kind of stupid. Like, he's leaving everything to do nothing, basically. He dreams of gathering enough money to not leave the town, but but it doesn't really make sense that this person retires from being a hitman and he doesn't have enough money to, like, what would a person still need to do a job if he's doing a job that makes a boatload of money? What, did he lose all the money in his hitman business? Was like him leaving the hitman business at the wrong time? Ooh, that could work out. Um, or this girl, Kittens Bolslickin, leaves the hitman business and gets a job as a security guard at a casino in Las Vegas. To uh to leave behind endless killing. Endless killing. And if anything, him going to a casino in Las Vegas, really at the end of the day, he's not doing it to live the quiet life. At the end of the day, he leaves and joins this casino to pull off one big score. So eventually he to pay off his hitman debt. Because if anything, he he left being a hitman, but at the end of the day, this hitman business has it to where that, like, you have to pay to get out. Like, so you have to make enough money to be able to pay to get out, but then also probably still have enough money left over to um to live the rest of your life worry free because you have a boatload of money. But this guy, yeah, so endless killing and is planning one last score, which means that this guy is casing this casino to pull off some kind of job um, with him and maybe some friends of his that he met through this hitman business, that they all eventually through connections all eventually all got out, but he is still needing to still pay his debt. All these other guys were able to leave on their own accord. Some of them are like legitimately like they are really retired, but they came back to help this guy out because he helped them out at some point or another, which will probably be quickly showcased in the film. Anyways, he dreams of getting together enough money um, to, or I should say, she. Let's say she, because this is gonna be a she. It could be a guy, but it would probably be more interesting to probably be a she. Um, she dreams of getting enough money to uh, pay off her life debt. That's what we'll say it is. Her life debt. Because at the end of the day, if you want a life, you got to pay the people um, to be square with, like, okay, yeah, you got into this business, but now you got to pay your way out. Because, yeah, from day one, like, they were protecting your back or whatever. They were, like, keeping you, like, until you were ready to be a real, true, legitimate hitman. Um, yeah. Kitten Bolslikin gets into trouble with the head of the mafia, who owns the casino. Because he can smell a job from a mile away. A mile away. And is suspicious. Of Kitten Balls Licking. uh, which begins a war against the crime world, which ruins his plans of achieving, ruins her plans of achieving her dream. Because heaven forbid this girl could actually do stuff like, I don't know, maybe dance for a living or something like that. But at the end of the day, maybe the joke will always be, it's like, well, how about you go up there and just dance? And at the end of the day, the joke could always be, it's like, I always had two left feet. And it's like, well, you don't even have to be good. And it's like, and you could make a lot of money, much more so than you could probably a security guard. And like that's kind of like the running joke of the movie. It's probably just like, you know what, you could probably really use your feminine wilds to get a much more higher paying job. But at the end of the day, this person had her hands so dirty for so long that at the end of the day, she just wanted to do something that could be one last big like payout. That, yeah, it was dirty, but at the end of the day, she wouldn't have to work for um, years doing some kind of job she didn't want to do, that was just as dirty as being a hitman, and she would end up having to go back into that life anyways because, yeah. Because at the end of the day, like, she just completely broke down and was just tired of the hitman life. She walked away from her last job because at the end of the day, she would have been quite possibly killed from it. But at the end of the day, yeah, that job had to get done by someone else. And if you didn't pay for, or if you don't do the job, you have to pay for it. Because at the end of the day, all these people get contracted to do these jobs, and if you have to send someone else out there, then within this company, then you have to pay a toll, and that's what this movie ends up becoming. Is that this person was just like, I'm done with this, and she goes on to be this security guard in this casino to do this one big huge job, so that way that could end up paying for her life debt or whatever with the hitmen. Ultimately, to be able to um, be caught by these people and fighting their way out and whatever to eventually, because nothing ever goes the way of planned. Uh, but anyways, maybe an interesting story. But this story is Dune. Of course, whoever is going to play this is going to have to be a female. Yeah, who's it gonna be? Mackenzie Foy. Haley Steinfeld. Yeah, let's put her in there. Let's put her in there. Who is gonna be the other people's? Eller Coltrane. Yeah, let's put him in there. Eller Coltrane. I was kind of hoping for there to be more like actual celebrity names in here, or kind of more mockery things of some stuff. But anyways, let's see what this movie ends up eventually doing. Let's do more of this. Whoops. I forgot time to time eventually. Yeah. There's ads on here. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna play this and no problem, whatever. Yeah, I forgot. They do ads on here eventually. Correct. Pink, green, green. Pink, green, green. There we go. Pink, purple, pink. Or green, purple, pink. Green, purple, pink. Let's be colorblind. Green, purple, pink. Purple, pink, green. Purple, pink, green. No clue what the last two shapes were. No clue. Alright. If I wouldn't mess up, I'd probably do a little bit on that one. Okay, soundtrack choice. We can slap some money on that. Let's put 1,000. Let's do some. Yeah, let's blow out a 10,000 on that one. We'll make it back, I guess. Another 10,000. Yeah, we'll do flyers. Movie title. A hitman movie that takes place in a casino that is basically a job movie. Oh, I guess you guys can hear the music that always accompanies this game. Kind of feels like the Jeopardy. Da 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 da. Yeah. Casino Hitman movie. Hit me. That actually kind of like hit me. That might work because at the end of the day, it's an action movie. Um, where legitimately you're hitting someone because you're wanting to get what they have. That might be a title in the running there. Just popped in there. Hit me. Or Hitman me. Hitman me. Uh, uh, yeah, I've Yeah, hit me. Man, didn't take very long to come up with that title. Yeah, it didn't come up very long to come up with that one. What is the color gonna be? Maybe yellow, I guess. Uh, that might work. Mm, I wish there were kind of like casino chips. Man, I wish there was like a lot more to this than what it was. Still, I could make those out to be like casino chips instead of bullets. Even though like really a lot of the times people are like, yeah, that yeah, nah. Cause I was thinking like, well, what if you instead of like you can put the tagline or you can have like the picture as like instead of like poker chips, you can have a person like ranking in like bullets and like it would be called like hit me, but at the end of the day it would be hard to showcase that on here. um yeah. Hmm. Well, in any case, let's go with a different background than yellow. I don't like I think I've used yellow a lot. I really want to use green, but at the end of the day, I've used green a lot. Because green, if you put this all on a poker table, it kind of makes sense. Like somebody like propping these down on a poker table, because poker tables are commonly green from what I've seen. Um, yeah. Uh, whoops. Uh, why? Why did I lose that? Because I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the gun that kind of somewhat resembles poker chips. Yeah, choose that. Orchestras and what have you. Wow. Well, it wasn't. That usually isn't as fast as. That didn't really change as fast and quickly at all, but at the end of the day, let's see what this film does. Your film called Hit Me is ready. Let's see what we got. Wow, we're just kind of really just kind of. We're almost even in and out. We're almost even in and out. Even in and out. 51 quality. All right. Not bad despite the name of this film. Come on. Who wouldn't want to tell somebody what this movie is? Or like, hey, tell me what the title of the movie that you saw. Yeah, I saw this movie, and then you'd hit the person. Like it would be a prank if this movie got really, really popular, then people would have to talk about it. So I guess yeah, I guess despite the name, because if you would say the name of the title, somebody would probably actually legitimately hit you. Got some very weird impressions on it. Well, at the end of the day, it's a casino movie. Come on, it's been done so many times. If anything, it's kind of hard to bring something different to the table. Well, the script is not that bad. Well, I came up with some of it. Well, it could be worse. Wow, Mel Bipson. 1,000 DVD sales, 1,000 fans. And I got the side achievement, which was doing all that stuff. All right, let's burst out a new contracto. Man, I can almost kind of do almost anything now because it's been 50% consistently. So I just can do anything under 50%. I can pretty much just do. Cartoons, come on. I don't want to do another musical again anytime soon. Adventure, I've probably done a boatload. A boat of loads. Detective. I don't think I've done enough detective things. I don't know. Drama, I've done one of those. Drama and horror, I've done so many. If people want me to do some more horror and drama, I might do those. But at the end of the day, I've done a cobra clutch of them. Done a cobra clutch of them. Which means I've done a lot. Science fiction. I can do a science. A lot of the science fiction things are all like space. Movies in space. I want to do something that's science fiction but isn't like space. I want to avoid space movies. Give me something, game. Western. If anything, oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna do like something from the last episode. I knew I was gonna like, oh man, I should do something with like Comic Cons or like conventions or something. Yeah, good thing that I remembered. So I gotta find something that fits kind of like a convention theme. Horror. I can do a lot in a Comic Con convention with horror. Yeah, let's try that out. Even though I've done a boatload of horrors. I wonder what the movie's gonna be about though. What does the contract say? 18 plus horror. Okay. Kind of my wheelhouse. Yeah. Let's go back. Thumbnail. Yeah. Thumbnail. Whoops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to. Do I really need to put any kind of quality on scripts? I get no matter anything anyways. I guess at the end of the day, it's mostly like quality of stuff. I guess it ties into that mostly. All right, horror film. Let's do a Jabba. Good grief! It seems like I do more jobs than the actual movie aspect of it. I think that's what it takes so long is just getting extra money from some other source of somewhere. I think that's what bogging me down is just doing all this garbage when I can just fast forward through everything. Pink, green, purple. Green, purple. And I have no clue what the last shape was. Or even what the last thingy was. Green, but I have to remember what the shapes are. Orange. Come on, there we go. Purple, green. Purple, green. Purple, green. Purple, green. Yes. All right. We're going to do a film. We're going to tie in conventions. It's going to be great. Okay. Video. Sound. Let's do a better video, I guess. Quality of that. Yeah, let's do some of that. Writing a script. Well, the first movie was a female. Let's do a male. Let's do all meow. Let's do that meow. I don't think I do a lot of characters that have their first name M. Maxim. Yes, he's named after the magazine. They're gonna have a joke about that a lot. Maxim. Maxim Featherton. Maxim Featherton. Yeah, this kid is gonna get heckled the crap out of. And you wonder why he's going to a convention? To be somebody else. Because his name is Maxim Featherton. Uh, Character has been chosen. You have started writing a script. Yes. Maxim Featherton. He's been heckled the crap out of because of his name. So, in that vein, he is going to Comic Cons and conventions to escape what ultimately is a life of being ridiculed at his hometown of all places. You seem to have a high temperature. You have to buy a medicine for $1,000. Write a script. All right. A old puppeteer, Maxim Featherton. We're gonna put him as a puppeteer, and his wife, having lived for more than a decade in voluntary seclusion, decide to shelter for a short time in a spacious home. The sister of Charlotte and several of her young pupils have been left homeless after the shelter for the girls. What is even this story? I guess we can go with an old puppeteer, but no. Maxim Featherton is a scientist who is trying to create a vaccine against a virus that causes most people on the planet to turn into zombies. Yeah, if only this were fanboys versus zombies. Victory over the... This is basically World War Z. I think let's scrap this probably whole entire thing because I want to just add in what I want to add in. So yeah, we're going to do it like this. We're going to do it like this. A little bit of that, a little this, a little this, a little that. Maxim Featherton is not going to be a scientist. Maxim Featherton is he's going to be a freelance writer. In desperation to get a next gig. This is kind of going off the beaten path where I was originally. Maxim Featherton was heckled by everyone in his town, finding it hard to get freelance writing jobs. So he puts enough money together to afford Comic-Con tickets. Because, yeah, Comic-Con tickets are just so easy to get. Yeah, good luck ever getting any tickets for Comic-Con. And people always usually, oh yeah, Comic-Con, it's going to be so easy to get into. No, it's not. It's not going to be easy to get into. 2 of 4 Comic-Con tickets, which evidently in this story will be really easy to get. To find a way to get a job. Or get a work. Get a job. Get a job. What he ends up finding instead is a story. So he goes here in desperation for work. And once he gets to this Comic-Con, is just so desperate to just like, God, could I please just find anybody who is willing to just like work with me? Here, I have this resume. I have this and this and this and this. He goes to all these people and like that have short lines that also work in the comic biz, and he's like, oh, could you please just look at my resume and just please just like give like look at this and kind of maybe give me a job and what have you. What G what he oh my god what he what he ends up finding is a story. Yeah, what ends up happening at this Comic-Con is that, and I'm kind of worried about what I can do with this Comic-Con, because I don't want to do a zombie invasion, because at the end of the day, this is basically going to be exactly like Fanboys versus Zombies, and I don't want to do that. I want to do something where this guy ends up finding a I have a thing. This guy gets so desperate for a job that these people end up offering him this contest. Hey guy, if you go and do this contest, there's a game prize at the end of this whole thing. What he doesn't know is that this contest is much more risky than your common convention game. Because it's like, yeah, a lot of this isn't like life or death or anything. Oh, come on. And then he ends up going into this game in this aspect of this convention, and he ends up finding out that this kind of horror of a conventional thing is much more of a life or death situation than he thinks. And even when he leaves the quote unquote like area of the game does not stop. Yeah, he thinks that he's safe. He's able to like, okay, I've reached the end. This game has no end. This game is you kill everyone off or they kill you. So yeah, this conventional game is much more cutthroat than you get. Because you never know, there might be a convention game where like you have all these things to sign off on, but at the end of the day, that big huge prize of X amount of dollars is more appealing than anything else. So you just kind of sign your life away, not really knowing what you're reading, because you just see big number amount on this cash prize thing. And if anything, this movie could be at any kind of budget, so it might be easy to pull off. Finds a story. He finds a story, and this convention, if I could even spell that right, has a game with a prize. Because yeah, a lot of these conventions, they do have like kind of like gaming things off to the side. There's sometimes maybe like a thing that ties into Walking Dead, or maybe like mud running or something like that. There's some uh, kind of event or gaming thing that goes along with these conventions. So at the end of the day, yeah, thought process going on. This convention has a game with a prize, a big prize, a big prize. But this character has to choose between money or living. And when he does run the game is not over until a winner is crowned. Shoot, at the end of the day, this story can almost tie into what is really going on. There was a story that I came up with called Playing God, which is basically a big old huge like video game kind of story that I came up with. At the end of the day, this surefire enough could be the whole concept behind that game, where this guy ends up going and looking for a freelance job. He ends up finding out that there is this virtual game going on. He ends up getting like, okay, well, I guess I should go into this virtual game because, yeah, I need to make money. And at the end of the day, I couldn't legitimately find a freelance writing job. So I guess I should just go and do this game and see if I can make some money. What he ends up finding out is that this game really legitimately is life or death. And at the end of the day, these people end up getting shipped off to. Uh, they end up getting shipped off into a semi truck, which still can house them doing this virtual game because the whole game setup is all portable, connects to a wireless setup, and yeah. These people can be pushed anywhere to still continuously play this game in another location other than like this convention thing was just yeah. Um, so yeah, makes some sense. This person is probably gonna have to be really, really like interesting looking. So I guess Aaron is gonna be our. Let's hire Tom Welling as a secondary role. Yeah, or Dakota Fanning. Uh, uh, let's have somebody on here. Let's have somebody. Uh, yeah, let's cast Rachel Wood. A big wood. Yeah. Let's pause here because this is an ad. Anyways, let's move on to post production. Let's skip all the other stuff. I didn't do any jobs or anything. Let's just skip on to post production. The music. Let's. I don't want to spend $10,000. Let's spend 1,000. Sounds good. Let's do some flyers. Actually, let's not do some flyers. That's going to cost a lot. What is this movie going to be called? We can go with something as simple as unconventional, because we're in a convention and maybe we're going to be playing an unconventional game. Uh, an unconventional game because eventually these people portably might get put into a different location outside the convention, and they're going to find out that eventually that they once they thought that they could possibly leave this game at any time. Um, they find out that they actually cannot leave because they're not actually legitimately in the convention, even when they eventually do lose the game. They can't actually leave. They can't legitimately leave the game because they legitimately will be killed if they lose. So they actually will actually be killed if they lose in the real world and virtual world and what have you. So, unconventional. Unconditional. Uncon. Yeah. Unconventional game. Oh man, this is gonna be another. Unconventional game. I don't know what I'm gonna be able to use as a visual source. I guess let's use that dark background. Unconventional game. Ooh, maybe I can use the. Ooh, I know what I can use. Where is it? Where is that sign? I know it's in here. Where is that sign? Come on, where is it? There it is. Comics. Yeah, because where do you find comics? At a Comic Con, at a convention. At the end of the day, maybe in the editing process, I'm going to be smearing blood on this conventional thing because this is going to be an unconventional game. So, yeah, this is probably what I'm going to be using, or this is what I'm going to be using for the thing. Because if anything, the tagline will be or the thing will be unconventional. It's like, well, an unconventional game. What does that mean? And then it's just like when people eventually will see the trailer, they're like, oh, they're at a like a Comic Con or a convention, and oh, I get it now. I understand what this movie's about because it says convention. So yeah, unconventional. Yeah, and it has a picture of a like a Comic Con kind of posterish looking thing. Yeah, all right, I understand. So you're kind of telling us that this is, yeah. Let's move on so we can get this party started. So yeah, let's go. So that way we can get your film called Unconventional Game is ready. Let's see what we got. All right, we're kind of steadily climbing. Wow, at the end of the day, our quality dropped. Actually, it's quite well made. Yeah, because who does convention movies? There are right decisions. Not the best plot, but. Well, yeah, maybe the game part of it is just kind of like really, like, huh, really? Like, how could somebody easily get away with this? The protagonist is a bit strange. Well, everything about this movie is going to be really, really strange because at the end of the day, this movie is not going to be something that everybody sees all the time, but it is what it is. 1,000. I got another 983 fans, and contract is complete. I got $1,800. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this episode because at the end of the day, I try to do 2 movies as quickly as possible. So let's get out of here. Goodbye, everybody. Bye, everybody.